Accelerate is the conference that Women in Trucking has each year. It started in 2015. You mentioned that last November it had like 1,750 attendees, hopefully over 2,000 this year. And it's going to be in November 5th through 8th in Dallas, Texas, and there's 70 plus educational sessions and tons of people there. So it's a great thing to get plugged into. Do you have a topic that you'll be chatting about?
No, actually, believe it or not, I'm not going.
Well, so if you did though, what would you want to talk about? What would you address?
Talk about attracting and retaining female drivers and all the data that I have. But I have to tell you, I'm not going because I think it would be very difficult to watch someone else up on stage at an event that was mine. So I'm going to let her, the new CEO is Jennifer Hedrick, let her be front and center and let her, run things the way she wants to run them without me looking over her shoulder.
What's some of the best memories you have from the conferences over the years?
Oh boy, everybody, this is going to be egotistical, but people stop me all the time and want to get their picture taken with me, and it just blows my mind. It's like, I don't know why you want your picture with me, it's just a conference, but I love it. I mean, and I love it when people come up to me and tell me that, Ellen, I learned this from you, or I learned that from you. And the favorite thing that I love the most when I give a presentation or a speech, I want people to say, I hadn't thought about that. I want to make them think about things and look at things in a different way. And that's my goal.
Awesome. So, so your second mission, addressing obstacles. Obviously, safety is always the biggest one. I think you mentioned before that the average was like 4.4 was sort of the average of feeling safe in the industry. How does that look today, and how are things addressing the safety?
So we still need to go further on safety, and that means safety at the truck stops. It means safety, is the driver the captain of the ship? In other words, if they say, well, there's a protest there, or there's a tornado or a hurricane or a snowstorm, I don't want to go there. Does the company say, that's fine, you make that call because it's your life? Or does the company say, this is trucking? So that's a part of it. And then the inspection or the maintenance of the equipment is very important, because unsafe equipment, broken down equipment is not safe. And so you'll see, I hear anecdotally that female drivers actually look up the safety scores of a company before they go there. And so, they're looking for a company that cares about their safety, their personal safety. So that's one of the obstacles. Another obstacle is we work with the truck manufacturers on truck cab design and ergonomics. And they will tell you that in the past, they designed trucks for men. Well, now we're sending women to their factories. They're doing measurements on women. They're making sure that women are as comfortable in the cab of a truck as men, which means seeing over the dash, being able to see the mirrors, reaching the pedals, things like that, which I've heard so many stories of women having to sit on pillows or put blocks on their, pedals or whatever. And that's changing because they're making it more adaptable. So those, and then something as simple as making sure that women get uniforms that fit them, women's cut uniforms. And when I stand up in front of trucking companies and I'll even say, hey, if it's a conference, and I'll say, so you guys have a golf outing? And they're like, yeah. And I said, do you have men's polos and women's polos or t-shirts or whatever? And they're like, oh no, we just have men's. And women are expected to wear the men's shirts. So a company that is very sensitive and wants to be more gender diverse will take that into consideration and be the first to say we're ordering women's shirts.
And does Women in Trucking get involved a lot with sort of the legislative process? So like I know truck parking is a big issue right now, and there's an important piece for women to be involved in that discussion. And there's also like the bathroom bills, whether it's a federal bill or state by state. I'm curious, how are you guys involved on the legislative side of things?
So typically we didn't get involved legislatively because we have both drivers and carriers that are members. But if there's something that all of our members would agree on, which the restroom access bill, how can you not support a restroom access bill? Truck parking, our aspect will be safety. as far
Yeah.
as parking, and that's but the restroom access bill, research from American Transportation Research Institute found that female commercial drivers were 83% more likely to be detained 6 hours or more. So think about that as far as access to a restroom at a warehouse.
Yeah.
And I have to mention, they're not detained because they're women. They're detained because they're not going in there pounding on the, they're being nice. And so we're telling female drivers, go, it's okay to be assertive. It's okay to say, come on, I got a load to catch. So let's get me out of here, so that women aren't detained longer than men.
Totally.